So here's my review of Spider-Verse 2014 comic book review. Essentially, the overall story is that basically Morlun, I think one of the greatest villains in Spider-Man's lore of Rose Gallery of villains. There's a great story back in I think like early 2000s, like around like 9/11 era, not era, but like around that time. Basically, there's been a couple times like, and essentially this is the 616 Spider-Man is the only one to defeat Morlun. But what happens is basically Morlun and his whole family are basically going after all the Spider-Man. They want to get rid of all the Spider-Man across the whole Spider-Verse, if you will. Hence Spider-Verse. This consists, and they even pluck Superior Spider-Man from a different time. It's in the same timeline of the 616, but it's a different. They actually pluck from a different. The timeline, but not. It's in the same timeline. You have to read it to understand it. Plus, read the Superior Spider-Man. It's a great read. He actually is really important for the sequel, the Spider-Geddon, but we'll get into that review later on. But this whole thing, like, it brings in a lot of Spider women, Cindy Moon, Jessica Drew, so many other Spider-Men and Spider-Women. And they even bring in the Ultimate Spider-Man not from the comic book, but from the animated show around that time. Well, I think it was still running at the time. I think it started in 2012. I don't know when it actually ended. But the Ultimate Spider-Man from there, and also like there was even like a Jeep or sports car Spider-Man, like spider car, if you will. Like, and you had the Kane Parker, Scarlet Spider. They didn't have the other Scarlet Spider, or Ben Reilly, because at this time he's essentially dead, but he comes back in the second one. Overall, I think it's a great story, and they managed to take so many Spider characters, and it could have gone wrong so many ways, but they managed to tell a very thorough line story. And yes, it's a lot of tie-ins to the story, especially with Spider-Geddon when we get into that. But overall, it's a great story, bringing a bunch of Spider brothers and sisters, bringing them together as a whole family, and to protect their Spider family. Even though some kill, some don't, but overall, it's all about coming together as Spider-Man. That we're all Spider-Man. We all are kind of Spider-Man. I give it a rating at 8.2 out of 10. And that's my review on Spider-Verse 2014.